Welcome into the Arconic Arcade, and today we get to go over MAME. What is MAME? Where is MAME? How do you MAME? We're going to cover it all. All right, let's not mess around here. Let's get right into it. So the first thing we need to talk about is MAME ROM sets. So where do we get a MAME ROM set? Do we want a MAME ROM set? And how do we download a MAME ROM set? Well, no problem. I got you covered. First place we want to go, and I will leave links for everything for y'all down below, but the first place we want to go is called pleasuredome. Hey, listen, I get a lot of pleasure out of video games, so it makes sense. Really, it does. Now, once you're here, you're going to see MAME ROM sets, lots of MAME ROM sets, all kinds of stuff. Very confusing. But don't worry, I'm going to walk you through. So this first section we kind of want to skip. And what we want to do is roll all the way down to the very bottom here. And here it explains really briefly what each type of ROM set is. Because there's three different types of ROM sets for MAME. Okay, we have split, merged, and non-merged ROM sets. So basically, your split ROM set is a ROM set that is just what it said. Everything's split up because in MAME, you have parent and clone files or clone games. So a parent game can be a first iteration. It could be the final version of the game. Either way, the parent file is needed to run. Then you can have clone files, which will be alternate versions, updated versions, bootlegged versions. All these can be considered clones. Now, what this is all of these files all together, all separately. Does that make sense? Now, generally, this will make for a very large file because everything is separated. Now, the next is merged sets, where they've taken a parent file and they've taken everything it needs from the clone file and they kind of put it together to make its own file. Now, the great thing about that is that generally they're a lot smaller because it doesn't have every file. It just has what it needs merged together into a new file. Okay. Now the last set, which is the set we kind of want to concentrate on, are non-merged sets. Now, these are also called complete sets. And I know that sounds weird that some people will call them non-merged and some people will call them complete. I find it weird as well, but let me explain why we want this set. So this set, it takes everything that you want, all the parents and all the clones, and it puts it all together into one playable file, one playable ROM. Okay. Now, generally, with downloading, especially split and merged, you do need other files other than just your parent or your clone files. You need BIOS files and device files. Now, they are included in the download of your ROM set, so you don't have to worry about searching for them. But with pleasuredome, as you can see down here, it says even though non-merged games normally do not include BIOS or device files within the game, in the case of PD, pleasuredome's non-merged, we do include these in the game. So although you will, in your MAME download ROM set, you will get those files as separate files. You don't necessarily have to transfer them into your game folder of your Iconic Arcade because they're already integrated into the game file, which is why I like downloading them from here because it's already integrated. You don't have to worry about, oh, do I have that device file on there that's going to make the audio run or whatever, all right? Because it's already integrated. So non-merged is the way to go. Also, if you're looking for other places, and I'll show you another place where you'll be able to find ROMs. In that scenario, if you download from there, then you will need to make sure you have the BIOS and device files, okay? So I hope that made sense on explaining what the three different file types are like. So again, long and short, we want non-merged. Okay. So if we scroll from the top down. First, we start off with updates. We don't want to worry about those. Next thing we want is right here. No, did I just click merge set? We want non-merge set. Where is it? These are updates and non-merge set right here. So non-merge set. Now, these are not direct downloads. These are torrent downloads. And if you don't know what a torrent is, then I'll give you a quick explanation. Basically, a torrent file is a file that you download from other computers, so multiple other computers. So I will have a ROM set, and you might have a ROM set, and she might have a ROM set, and everybody has the full ROM set out there. And what it does is it downloads a little piece from all the different computers that have the full ROM set. And that way you can download it a lot faster. Now, I use qbittorrent. Okay. So if you just do a quick Google search, it will pop up. You go to the downloads page. Now, I will, like I said, leave links so easy access. Once you're here, you just simply click the top download, install it, follow the walkthrough. Once that is done, when you come back, oops, wrong one. When you come back and you click on your non-merged, so right there, non-merged set, like that, it's going to give you a prompt. You want to open with your torrent downloader, and then you'll give it a second, and it will populate here all the files that can be downloaded. So if you look at the bottom on the left, it'll tell you how big the file is, right? So as you can see, 142 gigs, it's rather big. At the top of the left, it's going to show you where the download is to go, so wherever you want to download it. And if you look here through the file, it has all the games, everything you're going to need, all those BIOS files, everything. It's all in here. So there's a lot of stuff. Okay. Now, simply click OK. It'll start the download process, and then you will have a full ROM set. Now, the thing is, in that ROM set, it's not just ROMs. There's not just games. It has a lot of stuff. Everything MAME is in there. There's computer emulation, there's card games, there's tests, there's all kinds of stuff that you're not going to want. So if you don't want to download a full ROM set, don't worry. Where you want to go is to MDK. Now, MDK will allow you to search and find individual ROMs. And MDK pretty much, if it's working, it's on here. Some games you can't find on here. For example, Dragon's Lair. I've looked for it. It does not come up. I don't know why. They don't have it on here. But most games will. So you can individually search here. We'll put in Tapper. There we go. And as you can see, all the versions of Tapper come up just like this. So then you just simply click on the yellow. So we want the Budweiser one here. Click on the yellow. See how it's like that. Tapper. Bam. And that's going to bring us into where we can download. So if we scroll down to where it says download. Now, here they have a standalone set. So this standalone set is going to be our non-merged. Okay. That's a standalone set. And then below it says device. So in this scenario, unlike if you've downloaded it from pleasuredome, you'll have to download both Tapper and the device file. And both of these files are going to go directly into your arcade folder on your arcade. Or your, depending on, ideally you're using Raspberry Pi 4 because that's what's in your arcade. And I run RetroPie, so that would be my arcade folder that my ROMs would go into. All right, I hope that wasn't too confusing. So you can come here, individually download, or you can come here and download the full set. Now, once you have the full set on your computer, you will realize that the name of the file, or the ROM file, is not the same as the game name. It'll be an abbreviation, it could be letters, it might have part of it. So it might be hard to figure out what games are what. Don't worry, I got you covered. The arcade database. So the arcade database is just that, a database of all the MAME arcade games. So if we go over here and we click on games, and I will warn you now, this is a slow website, okay? It just is. I don't know if it's because a lot of people use it or what, but it's slow, so just take your time, relax, it will load. And you can come in here and you can simply type in whatever it is you're looking for. So we'll do Tapper again. No, that's Dragons. I don't know what that was. I guess I hit something as we're coming up. Anyway, so again, you can see all the tappers are here again. Same idea. So now you can see at the top, TAPPERA. So that's that one. So you would search in your ROM file that you downloaded of all the MAME ROMs, Tapper. You search that, and that would bring up the file. Now, that can take some time to go through everything like that. There is another option. You can come in here, and you can do this. You can go parent file only, come in here, select what kind of working emulation. So we would want working and imperfect. And generally imperfect just means there might be an audio error or there might be a few video glitches or something. But for the most part, I find imperfect are pretty decent to play. And then we can go through and select what we would like. Do we want light gun games? Do we want games that use mouse? I generally just leave this all separate if I want just as many games as I can get, and then I can go through them afterwards. Categories, what kind of, if you look arcade, it shows you what kind of games are in arcade, and you simply, if you want to select more than one category, you simply select hit shift, and if you see, it'll highlight them all, and you can do the same to unhighlight. So I generally only pick, where are they? Platform. Oh, platform. Fighter. Oh, did I say shift? Hit control, not shift. My mistake. Platform, fighter, and where is it? There should be one more, and I'm missing it. Where is it? Maze. That's it. Okay. Now, if you hit search, just want to make sure. Oh, one more thing. We want good games. So this is a rating system. Include better titles also, and then hit search. Now this is, I had Tapper up still. Let me get rid of Tapper. Okay, so now it has 532 games that it's listed that fall in that category. Now, that 532 game is probably going to be every game that you want to play. Just saying. So that's a good start. Now, there's one more thing that we can do. If we go to options and you hit export, it gives you an option to export these out into different things. Now, if you hit Windows batch file and download it, you can create a batch file that will grab all of these out and put them into an individual folder. But I will do that in a different video because that'll make this video run too long, I believe. So for now, we'll leave that alone. Now, there's one more thing we need to worry about, and that's those CHD files that I was talking about earlier. Now, not all games use CHD files, but one game that does, let's see if we can. Oops. Will it come up just under Dragons? No, because we're still, yeah, there it is, Dragon's Lair, right there. So if we click on Dragon's Lair, now this goes for anything. So if you've put a game on and it's not running, and you know it's from the merge set and you know that it's a working game, you might be missing your CHD file. So if that's the case, you simply come here and search the game. Once you find the game, check at the top and see if it says CHD. If it does say CHD, then what you want to do is scroll down to where it says Files, click on that, and there it's going to show you what CHD file you need and how big it is. Now, CHD files are compressed hunks of data. Yeah, sounds funny. But basically, it was just all the other information that you needed to run the game on like a hard drive or a CD-ROM. That's what that is. It's emulating like it was a hard drive. And so what's happening is if you don't have this, your game goes to boot and goes to look for the hard drive or CD-ROM that isn't there and is like, oh, there's no game, so I can't play. So you have to have this file. Now, there's a couple of things with this file that you have to make sure. One is that the file name, so the name of the actual folder that the file is in, must be the same name as the ROM. So dlayer. If this was dlayer A, this ROM would not read it. If the ROM was dlayer A and this is just dlayer, the ROM will not read it. These both have to say the same name. So now the question is, where do we get these CHD files? No problem. Let's hop back over to pleasuredome. So if we scroll down on pleasuredome, you're going to see right here, CHD merged. Now, the merged does not mean that it's for merged files. Don't worry. Okay? It just means that they are merged together. So no worries. You can use these with your non-merged set. Okay? So we'll simply click on it, which again is going to open qbittorrent. Now, it's going to list all those files, and it's a lot, and they are huge. So as you can see, 1,000 gigabytes. So unless you have a lot of room, I would not suggest downloading all of those files, okay? So what you can do is simply uncheck that. We know what file we need because we found it right here, dlayer, okay? So now that we know what file we want, we'll simply scroll down, which is probably going to take a bit. Where's L? E, dlayer, right there. So simply just click that one and hit download. And that'll download just that one file that you need to have with your ROM file. And that way everything will run together. And you will take this file and you'll put it in the same place that you put your ROM. Okay? Easy as that. And that will cover CHED files. So again, not all games have them. Some games do. And if you don't have it, you will not run. Like Killer Instinct 1 and 2, you have to have them. What else do I know? There's a few Street Fighter games. But if you're having problems, just come here, search up the game, check if it does have one, scroll down, figure out what it is, and then go download it. It's not very hard. And once you, if you look over, if you look when you download the individual, it's only, I think, 11 gigs. I mean, it's still a rather big file. It does tell us here, I believe. Yeah, right here, 11 gigs, 11.5 gigs. So it's a rather big file. So you may or may not want it. It all depends on you, but it will, it's an easy way to be able to download it. Now, we've covered individuals and we have covered ROM sets. So I think that pretty much covers everything. Like I said, I'm going to leave links for everything down below. So feel free to go there and find stuff. If you have any questions, definitely ask. I will always do my best to answer them. I hope that covered everything. I hope you all can get the ROM games that you want now and you're able to play stuff on the arcade. Again, most of this will translate over to PC. You will just have to download the MAME emulator for PC and again, follow steps. But yeah, I hope that helped you. On that note, we're going to head out of here. Everyone have a great day, and we will catch you on the next one. Good day, eh?